Hey there, good afternoon. Talk about waking up to a winter wonderland today. Heading out west on I-70 out towards Centerville. Look at this right here. They came in the jackpot near 9 inches of snow. That's out towards Dayton. Meanwhile, closer to the I-270 Metro, Hilliard, Columbus, right around that 5-inch mark. Keep in mind, we forecasted about 3 to 6 here in the metro, so the storm did verify here in town. Delaware County got less like we thought would happen, and then Wilmington got about 5.5 inches of snow out there. We are mostly done with the snow with the exception of a few patchy flurries throughout the rest of the afternoon. So let's hop right into that 10 weather impact forecast, and I want to begin updating you here with a look at your January snow. For Columbus, we have 6.6 inches so far. Normal for the month of January is about 1.3 inches. So keep in mind, we got around 3/4 of this between last night and today, but also we got snow back on Friday of last week. We got a couple of inches back then, so that definitely helped out matters as well. As we look outside at roadway temperatures today, they are still in the 20s, so be careful. There will be some areas of black ice out there as we head throughout the afternoon and as we head into the evening. Now, you can see where you see this orange and yellow. That's where cars are driving slow. That's good. And as we head off to the south, you'll notice that as we head down some of these highways, roads get even colder. The colder it gets, the harder it is for that rock salt to do its job. So keep that in mind. And as we head off to the west, once you get out of the metro, all these roads are down to around 20 degrees. So it's definitely pretty cold out there. Now, rock salt works pretty well if it's around 20 degrees. Today, temperatures are around 25 degrees, so it is very effective out there. But look at this. This line shows how effective it is. Right when you get down to about 10 degrees, it becomes a whole lot less effective, and it's barely effective at all once you get down to 5 degrees or lower. So luckily today, it's not cold enough that we're not going to be looking at any issues with the rock salt not working. It should actually be working and doing its job quite well. So as you're watching this here about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the snow is winding down. If you're in the metro area, for the most part, the snow should be ending. But look at this right here, I-270 or I-70 in southbound. We're looking at that snow. We're going to be pushing it out of the area as we head into the afternoon. Here's 4 o'clock. By 4 o'clock, it's done snowing in Columbus. Lancaster, Circleville, Chillicothe, MacArthur, Jackson, all these areas are still getting some snowfall here at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. By 6 o'clock, it's done. Now we got that cold air coming on in. So we're going to be looking at that brisk wind, and man, so we'll talk about in just a bit. It's about to get downright windy out there tonight. Cloudy, cold, dreary, with a pop-up snow flurry or two as we head late into the evening. All right, let's talk more about what we can expect moving forward. More chill on the way. This afternoon, wind chills are going to be brutal out there. In London right now, it's at 3 degrees, Mount Vernon at 7. But think about this. As we head throughout the afternoon, it doesn't improve that much. By about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, wind chills are going to be at 16 degrees and then around 14 degrees by 7, 8, 9 o'clock today. Take a look at this, though. The wind gusts are going to be downright strong, all right? As we look at the wind here by 1 o'clock, gusting up to about 29 miles per hour. And this is for the metro, all right? So these numbers that we share with you, this is for the city of Columbus. Outside of Columbus, they're going to be even stronger. They're typically a little bit quieter here in town. By 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock and beyond, the winds won't be quite as bad for today. Now, how exactly does the wind chill work? Think about it this way, okay? The human body always wants to maintain a balance, just like anything else in science. It's all about maintaining that balance. We call it homeostasis. So your body wants to be at 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Your body shivers as a result to generate heat. On a typical day, you're wearing a hat, gloves, and mittens. That can insulate the skin and keep things a little bit warmer. Look what happens, though, when we add a wind. Let's say you're adding a wind 10, 20, 30 miles per hour. What does that do? Well, that air that was trapped along your body, that was trapped around your skin from your hair and from your clothing and whatnot, now gets wicked away, okay? We call that evaporative cooling. So that strong wind causes heat loss around the body. That can lead to some rapid cooling, and that's one thing that we're going to have to be dealing with here for today and heading into the next couple of days. Take a look at some of these winds out there for today. We're looking at gusts 20, 25, maybe even 30 miles per hour. Look here at Marysville, 3:30 in the afternoon, gusting to 36 miles per hour. Very strong winds. Now, I-71 is kind of the common denominator. You head northwest of 71, they're much stronger. Heading southeast of town, not so bad. Looking at Cambridge, looking at Caldwell, looking at Athens and MacArthur and Jackson, Chillicothe, the winds are not quite as bad. These strong winds don't really get here. They kind of die off. So if you're northwest of I-71, the winds are going to be downright brutal as we head into today. Not quite as bad for elsewhere across town. And as we head towards tonight, they calm down quite a bit. So as we head towards midnight and heading into Tuesday, we're looking at winds only about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Heading into the afternoon hours today, after 2 o'clock, the snow machine cut off. So look at this right here. By 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, things are looking a whole lot better. But then the big story for the next couple of days, it's going to be the chill. It's about to get a lot colder around here as we head towards the end of this week, as we'll talk about here in just a bit. Now, late this week, we are going to be tracking another disturbance. Look at this right here, okay? I'm watching two different areas on the map. This is for the potential of more late week snow. We've got a cold front right here. We've got an area of low pressure down towards Texas. Yes, that blue on the map, that is the possibility of snow in Texas here by Thursday of this week. Now, these two areas of energy are going to kind of conglomerate. They're going to work in tandem with one another late this week. Look at those two areas coming together, okay? As these two areas of energy merge, we're going to be looking at some snow overspreading the area. The question is exactly how quickly do they merge together, all right? And as we look at this right here, by Saturday, right now it looks like most of the energy is south of the Ohio Valley. So right now we're just getting some snow showers. So I'm not really overly worried about a major snow event late this week. What I am concerned about, though, is the cold. Well, look at the jet stream. Look how far down to the south it is. And that cold air is going to be with us here through the end of the week. Taking a look at some of these nighttime lows, single digits, 8 degrees here Wednesday and Thursday morning. Even by Friday, it's going to be downright chilly with nighttime lows around 15 degrees. Now, on the other hand, what will daytime highs be like? We don't get above freezing at all this week. We don't get above freezing at all for this coming weekend. So get ready, as the cold is going to be sticking around. And we are in good company. It's going to be very frigid down to the deep south as well, where temperatures are going to be well below normal, maybe 20, 30 degrees below normal as we head through the end of the week. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. Look at this, below average. Generally speaking, though, Ohio's not in the brown. It's not in the green. We're looking at near normal rainfall as we head through the next several days. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Now, this goes out 10 days, all right? Let's have a little bit of fun here. This yellow curve is the temperature, all right? As we head out towards January 15th and 16th, we're going to be below normal. So I'm not looking at any warm up anytime soon. I'm not looking at any days that climb above freezing anytime soon. It's going to be downright cold as we head into the foreseeable future. This would be January 10th, 11th, and 12th. We warm up a little bit by the 12th, 13th, and 14th, and then we cool back down as we head towards the 15th and the 16th. Let's get a look here at that 7-day forecast. Again, we have that 10 weather impact on Monday. That would be for today. Even as we head into tonight, it might not be snowing out there, but keep in mind that there is the possibility of some black ice out there. The other big story, the chill. By Thursday, we're down to 8 degrees. That is the nighttime low. That's what it will be like in the morning. Now, if the temperature is 8, that means that the wind chill is probably much colder than that. As we head towards Friday and Saturday, we are tracking some snow. The jury is still out on whether or not that will be accumulating or not. And then as we head towards Sunday, we'll be looking at temperatures warming up just a little bit. We'll be still below freezing even as we head into the upcoming weekend. And aside from that, we're not really tracking any major storm systems anytime soon. We hope that you stay safe, and we hope that you enjoy the snow day if you are lucky enough to have one. That does it for me here on 10 TV Plus. Jerry Martz will be here on 10 TV News starting at 4, 5, and 6.